Hey everyone, it's Professor Leis here. In this video, I'm going to explain how to post to our discussion boards this semester using our very first discussion post, the student introduction. I'm also going to explain how to embed a photo versus just attaching it as a separate file. I want us all to embed our pictures whenever we post to a discussion board that requires some sort of photo, which there will be a few throughout the semester. So I want to explain that. So make sure that you stay tuned, watch this whole video so that you're aware of that process because it is important. I'll explain why when I get to that moment. All right. So this discussion board is our first step into creating or helping to create a supportive learning community in our class. So even though we're an online course, it's really important that we still think of our class as a learning community. And that can be kind of difficult when we don't have those face-to-face interactions each week like we would in a normal classroom setting. So this is one of the ways that we're going to begin to create that supportive learning environment. So I have a list of questions here that I want you to address in your introduction, but I don't want you to compose this as though these are separate questions, right? So you're not just responding to each question separately. I want you to compose your introduction as a short essay response using paragraphs to separate your ideas, but make sure that you address all of these questions within that written response. So the first thing, tell us who you are. What's your name? So if you prefer to go by a name other than what's listed on Canvas or the roster, perhaps a nickname or a middle name, please let us know so that we can refer to you by the name that you prefer to be referred to by, right? And the same is true with your preferred pronouns. That's not going to be readily apparent, especially in an online setting, right? So make sure that you indicate what your preferred pronouns are. Mine are he, him, his. So just let us know what your preferred pronouns are. What city do you live in? You don't need to go into any greater detail than that. Just, I live in such and such city. However, if you were born in some place other than Southern California, perhaps another state or another country, and you'd like to share that information, feel free to do so. But bare minimum, just the city that you live in. What is your intended career goal and or major? So what are you hoping to do with your studies once you finish your time at Cerritos College and beyond? What career are you hoping to go into or field are you hoping to go into? What's your major? And what motivated you to choose that major or to set your sights on that particular career goal? Why are you into that? What are some of your interests, hobbies, passions, and so on? What kinds of music, books, movies, TV shows, podcasts, all of that good stuff? What kind of things are you into? Provide us with a little bit of glimpse into your personality so that we can know who you are on a little bit more of a detailed basis. And then finally, why are you attending college? This question might seem obvious at first, but I want us to push past that obvious answer, to get a job and make money. To a degree, we're all here for that reason, but I want us to push past that a little bit. So why did you choose college? What motivated you to enroll in college? Because you can get a job and make money without going to college. It's definitely possible. And a lot of people do it, but why did you choose college? So give us an indication of why you chose college. All right, so once you've created your written response here, your introduction, you're going to include a photo of yourself or of something that you think represents you. So if you don't want to put a picture of you, give us a photo of something that you think encapsulates you, perhaps a pet or some sort of hobby or whatever it is that you think might represent you. And you're going to embed the photo, and I'll explain that in a moment. I'll show you that process. Obviously, make sure that the picture is appropriate. So once you've posted your introduction, you're going to then respond to at least 3 colleagues' posts. So you may need to wait a little bit to see as people begin to post to the discussion board, but you want to check in periodically this week and make sure that you reply to at least 3 colleagues' posts. So you can comment on perhaps a shared interest. Maybe you have some questions for that person. Whatever it is, just make sure that you're connecting with at least 3 of your colleagues. And if you see a post that has 2 replies already, try to look for one that doesn't have any replies yet. That way we're kind of spreading the attention out over the whole class. All right, so when you're ready to post, you'll go ahead and click this reply button here. And then this text box will appear. Now, rather than going immediately into the text box and composing your response, I strongly recommend that you create a Google Doc or Microsoft Word document and compose your response in that document first. That way you're able to save it. If you go immediately into this text box, you're not able to save it until you post it. And I've been in the situation where something's happened, I've immediately gone into the text box, begin typing my response. I get it all, it's looking good, getting ready to post it. And then my cat jumps up on my keyboard and presses the backspace key and everything's deleted and I have to start over. We don't want that type of situation to happen, so I highly recommend that you compose it in a Word document, Google Docs, so you have a saved record of it. So I've composed my introduction here, so I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste it. So copy and then paste it into the text box, and then here's where we begin to embed our picture. So you put your cursor wherever you want the photo to appear. So I want my photo to appear right after my introduction. And then up in this toolbar, you're going to click this icon. It's the images icon. It looks like a little photo with like some mountains and a moon or a sun above it. So go ahead and click on that, upload image. And then you could either click and drag your image file onto the rocket ship. You just kind of click and drag it over and then press the submit button, or you could just click your cursor on the rocket ship to open up your hard drive, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and choose my picture. All right, excellent. Go ahead and press submit, and then I'm going to need to resize it here because it's going to be super huge. So you may need to resize your photo as well once this loads up. Any minute now. So you could just use the little thing there. We're going to resize it. There we go. That's a good size. And then I'm going to go ahead and put underneath it, I'm going to put an image description. So this way we know what's going on in the picture. This is especially important if there's more than you in the photo, for example. So I'll go ahead and finesse this after the video, but go ahead and give us an image description. And then once you're ready to post it, you'll go ahead and say post reply. And then there we are. Now the reason I want you all to embed your photos rather than attach them as separate files is because if they're attached as separate files, we all need to actually download the picture to our hard drive in order to open it up, in order to see it. And I don't want to download every single one of your pictures to my hard drive so I can open up, to see it. I would like to just see it. So that's why I want us all to embed photos. So that's the process I want you to use from now on, anytime you need to post a photo to a discussion board. All right, y'all, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to reading your introductions. Take care, y'all.